A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. In this particular session, I am going to be channeling about a twin flame relationship, a couple, and currently at this point in time, this is a happy phase for them that I am channeling. And I want to purposely channel this one because usually these type of channelings don't happen. I'm sure for some time this had to be discreet as in it was happening silently, and they both must have also said to each other. Now the girl and the guy, they do this, whenever they are passing by each other's house, they'll send a missed call like come to the window or come to the balcony, and they would act like literally nothing is happening, like to the whole world they're just two people, one is passing by quickly, walking out or going to the market or going to work or whatever, and the other one is like, both of them do this, okay, they take turns and they do this. So now it's been quite a while doing this. First, they just met each other somehow, they exchanged the numbers, and obviously there must have been some strictness, or you could say even the pandemic could have been a reason that everybody is working from home or everybody is indoors, so there's no way you can go out. If you're going out also, they'll say, where are you going? It's a curfew, come on. So this romance most probably developed in a situation like this, where it was hard to go out or it was hard to date, especially if you're in a family scenario, you're living with parents or some other people where there are certain restrictions. But they actually utilize the restrictions and they make the most out of it, because their love is not, sexual, or they are not horny or all that. They are actually in love with each other. What happens later on, how they consume this relationship further, that is not being mentioned in the channeling. But what is being shown is that these two people, they are, constantly just being, around each other in some way or the other. They make excuses to see other. So as the evening falls, the girl stands near the window, or she's gonna stand at the balcony, or she'll go to the terrace and she'll make some, pretense. Spiritual girl, she goes to the terrace and she tells the mother, I'm going for the full moon tonight. For people who are experiencing the long distance dynamic, it would be different. Like different things would be done. For example, sending flowers or gifts, or just taking a flight and just appearing in front of each other, just popping up in front of each other, or maybe driving down if it's like a long drive situation. And for those who are living nearby, it would be different things. So I'm being shown that wherever this dynamic is happening, there is a massive display of affection, and almost feels like the two people cannot be without each other. They have to see each other. It's a very, like a cute thing. I sense like a lot of love in this. Now, I want to share something with you guys before I enter deeply into this channeling session, that some of the people keep writing to me every time a letter is shared or a channeling is shared. They keep saying, why can't this person say it to me on their face, like on my face, or why this is not happening to me in real life, why do I have to listen to it here, and blah blah blah. So I want to say to you guys, first of all, you guys, if you really are a twin flame and if you really are on the ascension journey, whether you're a star seed or a light worker, then your life is not going to be same like the other people. You have to stop comparing yourself and your life with other people. Because if you're doing that, then you're still in the materialistic reality. You're still very much attached to the matrix. You want what everybody else wants. Your wants are not any different. Your desires are not any different. So you see this person, you love someone, you like someone, you want someone badly, and they don't want you back, or they're running away from you and you're chasing them, or whatever is happening with you in whatever situation you are, you have to understand in the ascension journey, a physical separation always happens. And when people are in the separation phase, which is followed by a more peaceful hermit phase, it is a part of the ascension journey. If you keep craving, if you keep chasing, if you keep begging for attention, and if you don't get out of the waiting energies, then things will never change. Also, all people who are in the twin flame ascension journey, all of them, they are here to be the volunteers of Mother Earth. So there has to be a filtering process. Because the twin flame love and the twin flame journey and everything sounds very romantic to a lot of people. Everybody wants to meet their twin flames, or everybody wants to, be in a relationship which is unconditional love and very pure and very beautiful. But nobody is ready for the inner work, and nobody wants to go through the other things, the other stages that happen before union or before singularity. The actual goal, or the final stage of twin flame ascension journey is singularity, and the first stage is duality. So those who are in duality, they have to be filtered, because everybody is not here to be a volunteer, and everybody cannot do what twin flames are supposed to do. It is not an easy path, but once you figure things out, it is the best place to be in. When you stop chasing, when you stop begging for attention, craving for love and all of that, all of those things, and you focus yourself and you surrender to source, you get a job or you get a business going, and with that money, when you start doing mission work, when you are doing something so amazing and beautiful, your life will change. And this is not a bait, because it's not easy, guys, I know it, but once you're on the other side, you feel everything is worth it, because you are gonna be a completely different person. Your third eye would be completely open. You can see through everything. You know what reality is. Love is no longer materialistic love that you see everywhere. The way you experience love and the way other people experience love with you is very different. And that's why anybody who's a twin flame, an individual who's a twin flame, they always, once they are in the illumination, in fact, when they start merging in the masculine and feminine opposite energies, they will realize that all of their exes come back to them. All of them want a piece of them. All of them want to talk to them. All of them feel sorry for everything. And even if things ended with someone on a bad note, there will be harmony over there. So then it becomes really big. It's no longer this thing that you're chasing for, a phone call, a message. It's nothing. People would just appear in front of you from nowhere. That's the magic of it, because you don't crave the physical things anymore. You don't crave the materialistic 3D love anymore. You are overflowing with love at that point in time. You are willing to fill anybody's cup with that overflowing love. So what I see in this channeling is what's happening with these two people. They're different people I see. One is they're in the neighborhood situation. One I see very strongly in the long distance, but their connection is very strong. They just want each other very badly. What's gonna happen in the future, what problems they will face, what crisis they will face, it's a different thing. But I see, if it's an office situation, or they meet at a wedding and then they cannot just stop thinking about each other, so they try a lot. Those who still feel that love is impossible, you can never find it, you have to work within yourself, because all of these negative thoughts and all of these painful thoughts, they come from your wounds. You got a lot of wounds. You got to heal your wounds. You have to get into therapy. You have to work on yourself. Before you're able to afford therapy, you need to first fix your root chakra. And I know people have an on and off relationship with money also in this journey, because they don't do mission work, or they don't let go, they don't surrender, their ego keeps coming back. Even when someone surrenders and they do really good inner work, they start seeing some benefits, but they again go back to asking for the same thing in the materialistic reality. Again, they are holding on and clinging to what the world is clinging to. They don't realize that we're gonna die one day, and all these things will stay here. Nothing will go with you. You can't carry anything with you. You cannot cross over with anything. So think about it, okay? So yes, now you can jump into this channeling session, because I'm giving some examples here, and I don't want people to get confused with the examples. These are kind of very romantic things that people are doing, but I always tell you guys that romance is an illusion and love is the reality. So everybody needs to figure out what is love and what is illusion. They have to filter it. Just the way God is filtering you, the master is filtering people. Like maybe you can say 5 million people are listening to the Twinflame stuff, or the star seeds stuff, or the unconditional love. But out of those 5 million people, how many would actually be able to cross over to the 5th dimension? That completely depends on the inner work you do, and how much you want to become a higher version, how much you want to just let go of the bondages of the human suffering. Only that will decide, and that happens with time. It does not happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months of breakup, 4 months of breakup, because anybody who's hovering around this subject, guys, 2 to 3 months is nothing. Trust me. Nothing, And normally in the 3D world, I don't think with the technology and with the applications or with the stuff that's happening, people stay alone for that long also. I highly doubt it. And as she's on the terrace, he's also on the opposite terrace, some other terrace, he's there. He's also just out there to get the air. And they are both pretending to the other people that they are there just by chance. They are not even looking at each other, but they are, okay? And some other reason, I'm taking my dog out for a walk, okay? And they go and meet each other, or they talk to each other, or they just pass by each other, because they know it's a neighborhood. There are other people also who can tell, maybe the parents, someone else, some other friend, or the family member, somebody looks at them and looks at them checking out each other or talking to each other intensely, laughing, and they can say, hey, your son and that person's daughter was talking over there and whatever. Some people do that, some nosy people. Or you can say they have created, maybe this is their challenge, Every twin flame dynamic has a challenge. So maybe they need to overcome this challenge. Maybe they have some issue going on. Maybe the families have some issue going on. The parents are fighting, so they will obviously not accept that these two people, the boy and the girl, to forget about dating, to even talk to each other. Or it could be possible that they did at one point look at each other like, enemies. But right now, it's all gone, and it's like they're making excuses to look at each other, to check out each other. And he could be giving her signs also. Maybe she's away from the phone and he makes a sound, or he plays music, or he whistles or something. For example, one of the days she's not answering the phone and he's getting a bit agitated. So he throws a pebble at the window, or at specifically her window. They could be good looking, attractive, all of that could happen. Or they find each other good looking and attractive, so they just have a glimpse of each other, all the time. And it could have melted their heart one day. Maybe they saw something, maybe they saw, one of the person was dancing or singing. There can be any situations, and you can, even if you don't resonate with it, it's fun to listen to these type of channelings where all this love affair dynamic is going on. So now he throws a pebble at her window and he's gesturing her to come out, or just show him her face, or a very childlike, very cute kind of a love. So one day they just meet each other randomly at a park or somewhere where no one can see them. And And the girl says to him that, why do you do this? Like, why do you have to see me every day? Why do you have to see my face every day? Like, okay, you see me like one day, then you can sit, relaxed for at least a week. Why do you have to do it all the time? Like, please don't do it. I get scared. What if someone sees me looking at you or you looking at me and checking me out and this and that? So he's like, no, I just want to see you in another day, how you are in the next day. Okay. Like, every day is different, right? Maybe you have a bad hair day. Maybe you have some other problem. So she's like, but still, don't do this because this can be a problem. So he says, what is the problem? If I don't tell anyone and you don't tell anyone, then what's the problem? There is also this conversation, where initially, when she asks him this question, that why do you have to, she's very curious why this guy, is constantly, somehow our eye contact happens, or somehow he's always there. If I go to the terrace, he's at the terrace. If I go to the park, he's at the park. If I'm in the marketplace, he's also there. Is he stalking me or what? Is he checking me out or what? Like, so she then asks him this question, that why do you hover around me? Is it intentional or is it not intentional? So he says it's not intentional. I think you're just getting confused. It's a mistake. And when he says that, she becomes a bit sad. So he looks at that expression, and then he says, okay, then let me honestly tell you. She says, what? Nothing, No, please tell me. I want to know. He says, well, I just come to look at you. And she says, like, really? You come to look at me? And then he says, no, I don't come to look at you. I was just joking. So they have these type of cute conversation, and this type of thing should always be there. But still, some people, they say, okay, I'm just friends with someone, but they have feelings. These two are not doing that. From the very beginning, they are very clear that I am checking you out and because I like you, or I suddenly started liking you. I never looked at you like that, but I don't know, one fine day what happened. Everything changed and I am interested in you. I am very fond of you. And it's not friendship. You know when it's friendship. Okay. So then she says, I think you should stop doing it and you should not make me uncomfortable. And she's also like playing with him because she is like, let me also see how much emotion does he have. If I tell him don't see me and I'm not interested in you and I don't like it when you do this, what's gonna happen? Okay. I'm also being shown a very cute scenario in a long distance relationship where these two people, they connect with each other and they're constantly on video calls. It's not like you're doing video call only when you look nice or when you're happy, but these two people, they talk a lot to each other. Like they have to see each other's faces before it's good night time to bed. They talk to each other a lot. They share a lot with each other. They spend a lot of time with each other, messaging, talking, seeing each other's stuff. They support each other a lot. They both want each other to grow in their careers. So it's like a very innocent kind of sweet kind of love. And I also see a scenario where this love is happening in an office situation, but the departments are different. It's a big office and these two seem to be very orthodox, very traditional. So they are having like a tough time how to express the love to each other. But when they look at each other, they have like all amazing feelings. They are smiling, they are blushing, they're purposely taking breaks like during the same time so that they can just catch a glimpse of each other, and all of those things are happening. And I'm seeing somebody who lives sort of nearby, like they live maybe an hour or two distance away. It's not so close, it's not so far, and they also share a lot. Like they cannot live without each other. If they have a fight, if they have an argument which extends for a week, 10 days, then both are very uneasy. Both cannot sleep, both cannot do anything. So they have sort of an addiction towards each other. but in a cute way. Like they miss each other a lot, and they feel that they've never met someone like this before, even though they are completely different and opposite. But they still feel that, there's something they cannot lose this person. That's how they feel. Most of these channelings, they are from the recognition stage, and or they are from the stage when something happens and there is some kind of a huge break in between. Maybe the girl goes away to study somewhere, or the guy goes away to study somewhere, and then they miss each other. That's a separation also. That's a type of separation. One of them regrets, when this person was here, I should have accepted that person's proposal, and the other person is like, oh, I should not have come here. So they also go through this type of a separation. But I'm telling you, I'll keep saying this, that no love is complete without pain, and pain is love. Love is pain, and sometimes you need to accept this pain, and sometimes you need to accept the difficult phases with more acceptance, because it's very easy to be happy when things are fine. It's not easy to be happy when things are not fine. So you need to be happy when things are not fine as well. Okay. For your personal situation, you can check out the description box, and you can check out the information over there for readings and for hand holding and for therapies. You can get into therapies like karmic release, third party release. You can get into chakra alignment. You can align all your chakras, and then your energy flows, and then you're in a more amazing energy, more, a zone which you should be in actually, technically, but you're not, because there's all this programming. And then there is a most important therapy, maternal and paternal narcissism block. This is the biggest block, and this is one thing that I think everybody should work on if they can. Thank you so much to all those people who are doing inner work on their own, and they're using the content of the channel as a hand-holding guide. And thank you so much to the masters and to the spirit guides and to the source who are actually connecting all of us all over the planet and inspiring all of us to do inner work and to do ascension work. And thank you so much for being here with me on this session. I'll see you soon in another one, because there are lots of channelings that were pending. For some reason, I could not do it in between. I got a little busy. I could not channel so many messages, so I used to keep writing them down. And one by one, I'm going to make sure that I channel as much as I can. And I'll see you soon in another one. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.